Africa have come together to sign an agreement to trade together duty-free. And that means,
after manufacturing my products, I can ship it to 53 African countries. And so as manufacturers, producers and importers, there are solutions to your foreign exchange challenges.
Awesome. Hello, I'm Simon, Comfort Zone Manufacturing.
Mr. Frank, Amigo Manufacturing.
Fantastic presentation, by the way.
Thank you.
You sounded so confident in your presentation. How are you coping with the current economic recession in the country? You know, as manufacturers we are largely dependent on local market. Many of our finished goods are piled up in the warehouse. Because demands from buyers have reduced, what do you think is the way out?
You are right actually, I'm also experiencing the same situation. The current decline is making it difficult to sell locally. But I'm already preparing to take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA.
AFCFTA?
Are you not aware of the fact that the whole of Africa have come together to sign an agreement to trade together duty-free? And that means, after manufacturing my products I can ship it to 53 African countries without payment of duty.
Awesome.
Which is an extra market for me. This program is starting next year and I'm already preparing to take advantage of it.
Wow, thank you so much. How are you going about it? And how can I also prepare for it?
Well, I'm currently training myself and other staffs to take advantage of this. And I've found an executive diploma program in export business from the American Institute of Extended Studies to enable me achieve this.
This is great, thanks so much for the information. How can I also enroll for this program?
To register for an executive diploma in export business management and take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement,
simply call 0809-124-4449 or send an email to tradacademy@3timpex.com.
Welcome, sir. This is the second time I'm coming to see you. I need to know how to go about this export business. Please do relax, sir. With all due respect, I need to see a manager. You guys need to be able to give me enough information about this export business. I'm sorry, sir. The bank is a financial institution. We offer financial advice to the best of our knowledge. This is just waste of time. My manager might be able to give you some recommendations. Please do hold on. Hello, sir. Please do come with me to my office. So I was told you needed information on export business. Well, sir, a lot of opportunities have passed by me in the past few months. I have received so many orders for my product and services abroad, I just don't know how to go about it. Well, it's a good thing you came here today. One of Nigerian's foremost trade consulting firm 3T Impex now provides export support services for both intending and existing exporters. Really? Support services like? Well, name it. Export market advisory, export product advisory, export skill acquisition e-learning, export pricing advisory, export contract advisory, export paperwork advisory, export finance advisory, to mention just a few. Wow, this is like a dream come true. How do I contact them to know more? Simply call 0809-124-4449 or send a mail to tradacademy@3timpex.com. Export service designed just for you. Subscribe to 3T Export Support Services now. Wow, man, you are doing quite good. You are not doing bad yourself. How is your business doing these days, with the economic decline here and there?
You don't look like you are being affected at all.
Well, it's affecting everyone. I just found a way of, expanding market for my services.
Really? Tell me more.
Let's talk in my office. So basically, I found a way of taking my services to other countries in the world. Hence, I don't have to depend so much on the current economic situation in our country.
Oh my god, this is awesome. But how did you go about it?
Well, thanks to 3T Impex and American Institute of Extended Studies, I was able to acquire skills and competence to take my skills to the world. Through Executive Diploma in Service Export Management.
That's just great. Is this program just for everyone? You know I am not into ICT service like you.
Well, the following services and many more can be exported. They are ICT, professional services, management consulting, marketing, training and education, engineering and architectural services, entertainment services, customer services and call center, graphics and photography, HR-related services. Don't get me started on the benefits. Earning in foreign exchange, increased sales volume and so much more.
I'm not waiting to hear more. I'm calling 08036522946 right away.
You can also send a mail to tradacademy@3timpex.com.
That's it. I'm signing up right away.
To sign up or know more about our services, simply call 08036522946 or send a mail to tradacademy@3timpex.com.
Hey Paul, what a surprise to see you in the port, of all places.
Life is full of surprises, I guess.
You and this your sense of humor. I came to relax at the riverbank before I sighted you. So, what on earth brings you to the port?
Actually, I came to oversee the export of my products.
You must be joking, right?
No, I'm not.
When did you start producing? Not to talk of exporting?
I actually started some few months ago. I now produce and export processed food items. And basically I am here to oversee the shipment myself.
Wow. It's been barely 15 months since I last saw you. Won't you tell me how all this happened?
Of course I will. Let's go grab a sit.
So how did you become an exporter in such a short time?
Well, the last time we met I told you of my plans on exiting paid employment. So I was looking out for a business to go into. A few weeks later, I came across a training program organized by 3T Impex Trade Academy, one of Nigerian's foremost trade consulting companies.
Really?
Yes, the training is tagged From Export Novice to Export Legend.
Sounds great. Tell me more.
After 6 months I completed the Diploma in Export Business Management. And in another 6 months, I successfully produced and packaged, even without having a manufacturing company.
Amazing.
I know, right? And all this is aside the free export advisory services, free export license, free books and audio materials, to mention just a few.
Wow, thank the heavens I came down to the port today. I am definitely considering this. How can one get started?
Simply call 0809-124-4449 or visit www.globaltradecollege.com. You can also send an email to tradacademy@3timpex.com.
All right, good evening, everyone. If you can hear me, please indicate. Good evening, everyone. Just drop a message in the box if you can hear me in the chat box, rather. We'll continue our conversation on exploring exportable products of Nigeria to African market under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Please, if you can hear me, kindly drop a message. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Someone drop a message in the chat box asking how to get the previous edition. Mr. David Robert, I've dropped it for you. Mr. David, if you click on that link, you can join the Telegram channel and you see the previous video right there on the Telegram channel. You see the previous video right there on the Telegram channel. Thank you very much. So we continue from where we left off last week. You know, last week, someone is raising up his hand. Please, okay, I think you are indicating that you can hear me. So if you have your question as we start, kindly drop it in the chat box. I will answer them as we go along, please. I will answer them as we go along, please. Kindly drop them in the chat box as we go along. I will answer them. Or you ask them at the end. So we've been looking at different products. Let me introduce to you network of practicing honest exporter of Nigeria. This body, BOT has been inaugurated and the body will already started working. So you might want to join. I would recommend you join the non-oil network of practicing honest exporters of Nigeria. Someone is still raising up his hand. Please, how about the link to the YouTube playlist too? I can paste it here. How about the link to the YouTube playlist? Okay, Fatula, I won't be able to do that now because of what I'm doing, but I can always do that later on. All right, so, okay, if you have it, Fatula, you can drop it. If you are asking to drop it, if you have it, you can drop it. All right, we have different training programs that might be of interest to you, and we have 10% commission for those that refer people for our diploma in export business management and diploma in export trade finance. All right, so we continue from where we left off last week. We've discussed a couple of products. Today we are looking at rice and a couple of other products actually. Remember the objective of this session. If you are joining us from outside Nigeria, we are basically looking at products that can be exported to other African countries under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Someone is saying, how do we join the body? Go to the website. The website is www.nnem.org. Just you pick up the form and pay online. The details are on the website. I've dropped the link for you. www.nnem.com. That's the network of practicing non-oil exporter. The BOT have just been inaugurated and they've started working in earnest. I'm part of it also, so we'll be working together with other Nigerians to make it happen. All right, we are looking at rice. Look at rice exported from Africa, $168 million. But who are those importing? Importer of rice, 6.4 billion. Now, you know, is it not interesting that Benin Republic with less than 30 million people, less than 20 million people, is importing rice more than Nigeria? More than Nigeria. Is it not interesting? Because majority of Benin rice import come to Nigeria. If you don't know, that's one of the reasons why Nigerian border was closed. That's one of the reasons why Nigerian border was closed. Benin is the largest importer of rice in Africa, and Benin population is not up to Lagos. It's not up to Lagos. So obviously, most of those rice escape through the bush path and find themselves in Nigeria. So sorry for the break in transmission. I have an issue with my network, but we are back now. Sorry for the break in transmission. All right, so like I was saying, talking about the, I was talking about rice, the fact that who are the major importer of rice? In Africa, let's go to Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, Ghana, Senegal, Kenya, Togo, Guinea, Angola are the major importer of rice. And the import of rice is $6.4 billion. 10%, about 15% of this will be about almost $1 billion, actually. almost a billion, because half of this will be about 600 plus, and a quarter is about, so about $1 billion is 16%, and that is what Benin is importing. Like I said, majority is coming into Nigeria. Now, if you look at the export of rice, who are the people we have to compete with? Who are the people that Nigeria will have to compete with if you want to do rice, or other people joining from other parts of Africa? Who are the people that we will have to compete with in order to be able to export rice? They are Senegal, Tanzania, Uganda, Mauritius, South Africa, Mozambique, and Togo. These are the major exporters in Africa that we will have to deal with if we are going to be able to export this product out of Africa. So remember the competitors: Senegal, Tanzania, Uganda, Mauritius, and South Africa. For now, Nigeria is not yet self-sufficient with rice, so the chance of export is very slim, very, very slim. But for other countries in Africa, then we have an idea of what the market looks like. Corn. It's interesting that Nigeria does not allow corn export, but corn import into Africa is 3.48 billion. Corn import into Africa is 3.48 billion. There is a major market in Egypt. Egypt is importing half. 50% of corn import goes to Egypt. 50% of corn import in Africa go to Egypt. 50% of corn import in Africa go to Egypt. So any country in Africa that is looking for market for corn, you look at Egypt. And I noticed something: the North African country, Algeria, Morocco, Egypt, all North African countries are the major importer of corn in Africa. Even Tunisia, Libya, Kenya. Is that not interesting? There is need for, so if you are interested in corn, you need to do the research. Why is it that North Africa are the major importer? More than almost 80%, is 65, 75, almost 90%, about 90% of import is done by North Africa. You know, the beauty of data is it makes it easier. This now, for me, call for research. This, for me, call for research. For anybody that is looking at corn, you need to ask yourself, what exactly is making the North African country being the major importer of corn? If you look at rice, you will notice a lot of importer of rice are in West Africa. A lot of importer of rice are in West Africa. But a lot of importer of corn are in North Africa. So if you're able to do that research, you'll probably be able to discover no other findings regarding why they are importing. Maybe you can even add a level of value that will make it even more attractive, because they probably have to process some level when it gets there. What exactly do they use it for? Who are the people using it? Why is the interest so high in North Africa? 3.48 billion. You know, do you know that corn, corn import in the world is more than cocoa import? Corn import, corn trade, the traded value of corn is more than cocoa. And Nigeria does not allow corn export because we probably are not producing enough. But there's a huge market for it, much more than cocoa and most of the commodities that Nigeria focus on and even other African country focus on. Who are the exporters? South Africa. We are exporting about $584 million. South Africa is doing 64%. Interesting. Uganda is doing 15.9%. Zambia is doing 9.61%. Amazing. Look at the gap between our export and import. So you can see that our production is nowhere near what the world is doing. It's nowhere near And you can see the trend line keep growing. And remember what I told you about trend line last week, the fact that trend line will keep growing for food-related products in Africa because we are only consumers. We have a very, very high consuming population. Our population is going exponentially. And many of African families basically live to survive. More than 50% of an average household in Africa, an average household in Africa spend more than 50% on food for survival. And the population keep increasing because there are unemployment. So people sleep early, no light. And all this contribute to the increase in population in Africa. Who are the competitors? If you want to export corn, the market again is Egypt, Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, Libya, and a number of others. But who are the competitors? South Africa, Uganda, Zambia, Tanzania, and Ethiopia. The next one is insulated wires. Insulated wire. I'm glad to see that we export more insulated wire than we import. I'm aware that our Nigerian insulated wire is a lot better than imported ones. People still want to buy insulated wire, imported ones. Look at the major importers. Morocco is a major exporter and it's also a major importer. I mean, this is very common for a lot of economy. The same item they import, they also export. Sometimes some people in that country prefer other brand. They probably don't appreciate, can you imagine? They probably don't appreciate the locally manufactured ones. Even though a good example of this will be Innocent in Nigeria. There are West African countries, government of West African countries placing order for Innocent motor. Placing order for Innocent vehicles. But Nigerian National Assembly and a number, even the state government of that state, are not accepting it. They are rejecting it. Is it not amazing? They are rejecting it. They are not accepting it. Even though it's produced here. So I'm not surprised. So when you see that, it's just basically telling you in that country, some are importing and some are exporting. That's basically what it's telling you. In that country, some are doing the import and some are doing the export. That's basically what you see when you see a country import. So the fact that they import means some prefer the imported brand and the country is not prohibiting it, and some prefer the exported brand, the locally produced brand. So who are the major importers? Morocco. I know Niwil, Coleman's Wire and Cable, and a number of others in Nigeria producing wires. Now, let me tell you something, those are listening to me. Whenever we look at this product, please always remember, you are not supposed to be manufacturing this product. Your goal should be, out of this product, which of them can I form an alliance with the manufacturer and distribute it in Morocco? And distribute it in Egypt? And distribute it in Tunisia? And distribute it in South Africa? And distribute it in Algeria? Which of them? For example, I regularly do shipment to Europe of different African products. And guess what? I am not a manufacturer. I am just a distributor. I am not a manufacturer. I am just a distributor. So that means, as we think about the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, I think we need more merchants who will help manufacturers distribute their product, more than we need manufacturers. If we have a lot of merchant demand for those products, the manufacturer can expand, can scale, and then you keep buying. They can produce for you in your brand, or you sell their brand. So as you think, for those of us that have been coming every week and we've been learning together, discussing AFCFTA, please always remember your objective should not be to be producers, because one of the things we must focus on in Africa under AFCFTA is the fact that we must add value to what we are exporting. You know what? Export have the chance, through export, we stand the chance of being able to meet 3 of the Sustainable Development Goals. We stand the chance of meeting 3 of the Sustainable Development Goals. We stand the chance. We stand the chance. Goal 1, no poverty. Goal 2, no hunger. Goal 10, reducing inequality. I strongly believe export can achieve that for Africa. Export can achieve that for Africa. Now, because export can achieve that for Africa, the only way we can make that happen is to concentrate on manufactured goods. As long as Africa continue to export commodities and import finished products, we basically will be exporting job and importing poverty. As long as we focus on commodity, because we have known commodity for over 50, 60 years, and the whole of Africa, with 1.2 billion people, is contributing 2.5% of trade in the world. 2.5% of trade in the world. 2.5% of trade in the world. UK, with 60, 70 million people, is contributing over 400 billion in export. Nigeria is doing $60 billion in export. The EU, with population of about 500 million people, is contributing over 30%, consistently at least 30% of world trade. The world trade last year was $18.89 trillion. So, and if you go and check what these people are exporting, it's manufactured goods. So I'm basically saying we must focus on manufactured goods. If you are going to do manufactured goods, or at least value-added agro products, if you are going to do that, all of us don't have to manufacture. We don't even have the money to do it anyway. But you can go to all these companies in Nigeria, in Ghana, in South Africa, whatever it is you are listening to me. Go there, partner with them, be a distributor in one of the African countries. Someone is asking a question. How are you a distributor but not a manufacturer? Do you package and distribute? Brilliant question, Mr. Kennedy. There are 2 ways you can do it. I don't even package. I sell the same brand. The manufacturer produced for me in his own brand. So I'm just a distributor in the UK for him, for her rather. So she produced, I place orders, she produced, and I distribute. So I don't necessarily have to be a manufacturer. So he does what is often called contract manufacturing. So you can do that if you wanted to do it in your brand, or you just sign an agreement to give you a distributorship right to a particular place, and you sell their brands there. But you have owned that market, and you grow it, and you have an agreement to that effect. Mr. Kennedy, I hope I've been able to answer your question. Now, if you want to sell insulated wires, that's the regular cable that we use for our houses. If you want to sell that in Africa, you have to compete with Morocco. You have to compete with Morocco. You have to compete with Tunisia. You have to compete with Egypt. You have to compete with South Africa. And you have to compete with Algeria. These are the people you must compete with. These are the people you must compete with. And you notice the trend also is growing because we have a very huge housing deficit in Africa. We have a very huge housing deficit in Africa. Because we have a very huge housing deficit in Africa, we need to keep building, and we need a lot of wires. It's been said that we need $1.4 trillion to be able to plug the to be able to fix the housing deficit in Africa. Nigeria alone needs 22 million housing units. 22 million. 22 million. So all those houses we need cable. So, the reason why a lot of foreign companies are going to come and set up in Africa is because this is where the market is. We have the market, but we don't see the market. Because of the challenges in Africa, a lot of people are leaving Africa. But the way we are leaving Africa is the way foreigners are coming into Africa to come and set up businesses in Africa, because this is where the market is. So because of the growing population, because of the housing deficit, we need to build more buildings, more houses, and those houses we need cables. And hence the need for increasing numbers. So you can see the trend line of cable import. You can see the trend line is growing in Africa. Why? Because the population is growing and the housing deficit is very, very, very huge. The housing deficit is very, very, very huge. Let's move on to gold. This is minerals. This is minerals, gold. I heard that Warren Buffett has sold most of his bank stock and a lot of stock for airlines. Do you know what he's buying? Warren Buffett is buying gold. Warren Buffett is one of the richest men in the world. The man is buying gold. 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 The billionaires are buying gold to store value for their money. They are buying gold to store value for their money, so that the value of their money does not erode. So that the value of their money does not erode. To store value for their money. Because of the constancy of the price of gold, or the stability of the price of gold. But in Africa, Nigeria, by the way, have a lot of gold. Ghana have a lot of gold. South Africa have a lot of gold. Burkina Faso have a lot of gold. Who are the major buyers of gold? South Africa is buying. South Africa is selling. I'm suspecting South Africa is buying raw and selling refined. And South Africa is buying raw and selling refined. And selling refined. That's an opportunity. That's an opportunity for those that are in the mineral sector. This is a huge opportunity. For those in the mineral sector, this is a very, very huge opportunity. So if you want to sell, who are we looking at? South Africa is a major market to sell your gold. Uganda is another market. Egypt is another market. Kenya is another market. Ethiopia is another market where you can sell gold. Pesticide, now, another product you can distribute. There are a lot of producers of pesticide in Nigeria. Nigeria exports pesticide, actually. And Nigeria import pesticide also. I know pesticide, there are many variants, but the common one you will know is the one for malaria, mosquito. The one for mosquito, those spray, the one we call Fleet. Different brand in Nigeria and different brand in Africa, because we have a lot of mosquito in Africa. We have a lot of mosquito in Africa. It's so interesting that the market size for pesticide is over 2 billion. Amazing. Over 2 billion. Someone is saying, explain what you mean by contract distributorship. You mentioned that part of the contract with a manufacturer is that you will agree to grow their product in a region, especially if you are exporting on the manufacturer's brand. Does this growing means they will give your volume? Yes, you agree on the volume target periodically. Exactly, Mr. Kennedy. You agree on the volume target. If they are going to leave it with you, so for example, you can say, okay, in the next 1 year, we are expecting that we will be able to sell maybe about $100,000 worth of our product in this market this year, and they expect to grow it maybe by 10% or 20% or 30% every year. So if at the end of the contract, you're not able to meet up, if they find someone else that can deliver, they might give the contract to those people. So that's why you also are very conservative in your estimation, so that at the end of the day, as the market is expanding, then you can be increasing your target. But what you said is exactly what I mean when I said contract, having a contract to be a distributor of those products. I'm only just giving us idea, because when people think of export, people think of only commodities. They'll be thinking of cashew nut, ginger, gum arabic, cocoa. The people don't think of manufactured goods. And there are so much manufactured goods in Nigeria. So many manufactured goods in Nigeria. And in other parts of Africa. As bad as we think Nigeria is, I must tell you that Nigeria is number 14 or 15 in the competitiveness index and number 5 or 4 in West Africa. So Nigeria is not so bad as we think. I'm not saying government is doing enough. I think government can do much more. I'm only saying in spite of the current challenges in Nigeria, sincerely, we are still doing a lot better than a lot of African countries. And the implication of that for me is that you can partner with a lot of manufacturers to produce. And when we do this for manufacturer can reduce their cost of production because the volume will grow and they can leverage on the economy of scale. They can begin to use their idle capacity or their excess capacity to produce more and produce at a cheaper rate. And then you can distribute those products for them right within the African continent. Right within the African continent. So let's go back to pesticide. I was talking about pesticide. The fact that there's a huge market for pesticide. So check out the pesticide you have in your country and ask yourself, which of these will I want to distribute? So from what I'm saying now, you can see that you can come up with a fantastic business plan to be able to distribute a particular finished product in an African market. In an African market. And God so good, Nexim is working on a vessel that can enable us to ship by sea to a number of African countries so that the cost of moving by sea moving the good become cheaper instead of moving by road, which is very expensive right now. So with all these things coming up, and Nigeria is planning to build a rail to Niger, and this is in furtherance of the AFCFTA. African countries are trying to connect themselves with rail to be able to facilitate shipment of goods. This afternoon, I was talking to someone, I was passing through what's the name? The Ijibowu, and I was talking to someone about the rail, and I saw a train that is carrying load. It's not a common thing you see in Nigeria. When I saw it, I was so excited. Wow! So there are rail moving goods in Nigeria right now. Moving stuff, not just human beings. There are 3 lanes of that rail now, traversing down to Apapa. So what's interesting to that for me is that the government might not be doing enough, like I said, but it's also good to comment some little things you see they are doing. For me, the rail, because one of the reasons why Nigeria cannot export some item from Nigeria today is that cost of moving goods is so high, but the rail system will drop it. The rail system will reduce queue. The rail system will make the road better. The road will not have to carry so much load with truck, so the road lasts longer. The truck will not have to queue up in Apapa. The truck can drop it at any terminal outside Lagos to bring it into Lagos, and the rail can deliver to Lagos. No traffic, no delay. It's so amazing. So those are the things we should be seeing in Africa, and I expect to see more, because if trade is going to traverse Africa, one of the things we must do in Africa is to build rail. There are about 15 or 16 landlocked countries in Africa. Those countries, we can't reach them through sea. We can only reach them by air, or by road, or by rail. But the cheapest is rail. out of the three. The cheapest is rail. The one with less issue and has to do with custom is rail. Rail and air. Road is too much issue, too much headache, costing different borders. But rail will just go straight. Just go straight and go to destination. So rail is coming up. I mean, I must give it to the Buhari government for the rail, sincerely. I don't know when they started the plan, but see the rail I'm seeing? I think is what we need to be able to grow trade. And we need to grow trade, like I said, if we're going to reduce hunger, reduce poverty, reduce inequality, SDG, sustainable development goal 1, 9, and 10, trade for me is a powerhouse to achieve those sustainable development goals in Nigeria. So let's look at, if you want to distribute the product, who are your competitors? You are going to compete with South Africa. You're going to compete with Cote d'Ivoire. You're going to compete with Kenya. You're going to compete with Egypt. You're going to compete with Mauritius. And you're going to ship to South Africa. The market you're looking at, South Africa, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and Egypt. South Africa, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and Egypt. Another very interesting product, furnitures. I'm glad for those of us that are joining this. If there's one thing I think I will be able to achieve is to make, someone said I have a question, what about paint and coatings? Laide Olanihu, can you please do me a favor? Drop a chat. I will send you, Laide Olanihu, I'm sending you a private chat now with a number. Drop a chat for that number. I will add it to the list of products we are going to be looking at. So before we finish this program in the month of October, we should finish this series in the month of October and start another series on AFCFTA on market. Before we get into that, please, I just drop a number for you. Chat that number with the product you just mentioned, and I'm going to add it to my list so that it will be part of the list. So if you are listening to me and there are products you feel you want us to consider, I will check out this product to see what is the potential in the African market. Paint and coatings. So please, Olaide, please chat me back, chat that number, and I will ensure we add it. So maybe sometimes in October, you'll be able to, we'll be dealing with that. Because we're taking about 6, 7 products every week, and we have over 70 products to deal with. Okay, so I was talking about this product, furniture. I said if there's one thing I think we will be achieving with this program also is the fact that we are seeing that there's so much product that we can export outside commodities, outside agri. And before now, you can't ship some of these products to other other countries in Europe and America and Asia because they are producing it better. They are producing it better. They have better, what do you call it now? They have better technology. They have better price. But now we are shipping to Africa. And my research shows that in my research, I discovered that majority of Nigerian export to Africa is manufactured goods. We don't do a lot of agri commodity to Africa. Our major export to Africa is manufactured goods. So can you imagine that furniture, from chairs to tables, and Nigeria have a lot of wood. We are only exporting raw wood. Can you imagine we are exporting raw wood? Instead of adding value, we are destroying our environment. Furniture made from metals, furniture made from raffia palm, furniture made from bamboo, furniture made from, what's the name of these cane chairs? Those cane chairs, the one from cane. Raffia made from cane, raffia made from bamboo, raffia made from wood, raffia made from metal, furniture made from wood, furniture made from metal, furniture made from raffia, furniture made from bamboo. There's so many kind of furnitures that we can export. And Nigerians are producing it, Ghanaians are producing it, South Africans are producing it. So we have opportunity now to ship this thing in Africa. So I'm saying again, you don't need to be a furniture maker. If you have the fund, partner with manufacturers. Instead of them queuing up and begging bank to get money from bank, why can't you make the money available to them? Let them have the money. Get a staff to work with them. So as they produce, you get your product from them. So you can supply this product. I'm aware of a company in Nigeria owned by Asians producing furniture and exporting to Europe. You heard me right. Exporting to Europe. I think Spain or Italy. You heard me right. an Asian company, I think India or Lebanese company in Nigeria, producing furniture in Nigeria. They don't sell it in Africa, Nigeria market. They don't sell it in Nigeria market. They sell in Europe. And you're telling me we can't export furniture to Europe when we have the wood here? We can. The only thing is that when people think of export, the only thing they think of is cocoa, coffee, cashew, sesame, ginger. We don't think of value-added goods. All Nigerian agro commodity put together, the market size is not more than $20 billion. All Nigerian agro commodity that Nigerian put together, the total market size in the world for all Nigerian agro commodity export is not up to $20 billion. So don't think only of agro. Think beyond agro. Agro plus value added, manufactured good. Imagine that furnitures like beddings, furnitures like mattress, furnitures like support for mattress, furniture like chairs, kitchen chairs are exported and imported into Africa at the rate of $6.21 billion. Amazing. How can you imagine? $6.21 billion. Who are those bringing it in? Can you see Nigeria there? See Nigeria there? See Nigeria there? South Africa, Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, Nigeria, Angola, Kenya, Ghana, Libya. These are the major importers. I'm amazed. $6 billion? That's a lot of money for furniture. So huge market there, ladies and gentlemen. Huge market there. 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 Huge market. If you are thinking of selling it, these are the market. So, and you can see the trend line is growing. We need more furniture. We need more furniture. As we build houses, we need more furniture. As our population grow, we need more furniture. So the trend line is growing. So that's an outlook to show you that, look, the demand for furniture is increasing in Africa. So who are the competitors? Egypt is a competitor. Tanzania is a competitor. South Africa is a competitor. Morocco is a competitor. Tunisia is a competitor. You know what? If you want to play in this market, check out what your competitors are doing. But remember I said, you don't need to be the manufacturer. Let someone produce for you. When someone has produced for you, you take the distributorship right in different markets. So for furniture now, I think there are a lot of research to be done for furniture. You need to research deeper into countries of your choice and then ask yourself, in what form, which of the furniture, because furniture is large, which of the furniture do they buy in South Africa? Which of the furniture do they buy in Morocco? Which one do they buy more in Morocco? Which one do they buy more in Algeria or in Libya? You need to be sure of which of them do they buy more and let that guide your decision. You need to be sure which of them do they buy more and let that guide your decision so that you'll be able to know which of the product really, which of the, is it chair and in what form should the chair be? Is it metal? Is it aluminum? Is it leather? Is it wood? Is it the raffia? Is it the cane? Is it the bamboo? Which of them? This is the research you have to do. And immediately you find out, then you can easily talk to the manufacturer to now begin to engage. When we are going to discuss market, like I said, maybe sometimes in November, we're going to discuss market. And when we start talking about market, we're going to be looking at different countries and then we'll discuss different export market entry options and that we should be considering to be able to enter into the export market. All right, let's move on to another product. And the next product we are looking at is poultry meat. Interesting. Look. Poultry meat simply means chicken. Chicken. Africa is importing $2.1 billion of chicken. Oh my God. I'm alarmed. $2.1 billion of chicken. $2.1 billion of chicken. I can't fathom this. I'm 2.1. We can do chicken now. We can do chicken now. You know, when you see frozen chicken coming into Nigeria, and you begin to ask yourself, is it that we can't produce enough? What is exactly 2.1 billion? Anyway, those of us that are in a Greek, good news for you. Good news for you. You remember this has to be frozen chicken. Good news for you. Good news for you. $2.1 billion market. And South Africa is the major importer of chicken. They are the one that eat chicken the most in Africa. A quarter of imported chicken in Africa is imported by South Africa. A quarter of imported chicken in Africa is imported by South Africa. South Africa is a lot of chicken. Over $500 million import of chicken. Amazing. Angola, another market for chicken. Ghana, another market for chicken. Libya, another market for chicken. Benin Republic, another market for chicken. Congo, both DRC and Republic of Congo, another market for chicken. Egypt, another market for chicken. Remember that, you know, there is not just poultry meat, there is pig meat, there is pig meat, there is goat meat, there is cow meat. All of them are imported in Africa. Goat meat, cow meat, pig meat, apart from poultry meat. Apart from poultry meat. So the question you should be asking yourself is, so why can't you consider one of these? Why? Why can't you import? I know in Nigeria we eat a lot of chicken, so we can't even feed that. We don't have enough. I know. But the fact that we don't have enough tells you that there's an opportunity there. There's an opportunity there. There is an opportunity there. Huge opportunity, actually. I didn't know the opportunity in this space is so huge like this. Huge opportunity. Who are the people you should be competing with? And you can see the trend line growing. The trend line is growing. The trend line must grow. Someone is asking a question. I think that many of these products are imported because local production cannot compete with the prices from foreign import. Now, Mr. Dare Talabi, you are right. With AFCFTA, we will be able to compete because the duty on our product will be removed, but the duty on those people we are buying from will remain. So if a country put 30% duty on frozen chicken, and because I'm not going to pay that 30%, you know what? I have a market. That's the beauty of the free trade agreement in Africa, African Continental Free Trade Agreement that we're discussing. That's the reason why the opportunity is in Africa. That's the reason why the opportunity is in Africa. That's the reason why. And you can see the trend line. Can you see the trend going? The trend is going up. I've told you, I will be shocked if I see the trend line of import of any food item going down. I'll be shocked. And the only explanation for that will be that maybe we are producing that item. That's the only explanation. Besides that, it will keep going up. Why? Of course, the reason is obvious. The reason is obvious. Why is the reason obvious? Our population is growing. Our population is growing. We are the rate of reproduction. The rate of reproduction in Africa is great. You know, I was reading. There was time I was going through the market in Africa, and I discovered that I think Niger Republic is the most fertile. An average woman have 5 children. 5. So that's a big challenge, very big challenge, because many cannot cater for those children. Hence, the increase in demand for food. Who are the competing African countries? South Africa is a major competitor. It's interesting that the volume of export of chicken is very small. Someone is asking a question, do AFCFTA allow non-registered business in importing to enjoy free duty? What do you mean by non-registered business in importing? Elwin, there are 2 requirements for you to benefit of AFCFTA. Number 1, it must be a business operating in any African country, at least the 54 African countries that have signed. Number 1. Number 2, it must have fulfilled what is often called rule of origin. So if you are producing a product and 60% of your raw material is sourced in Africa, you are good to go under AFCFTA. You are good to go. You are good to go. 60% of your raw material is sourced from African continent. You are good to go. You are good to go. You are good to go under AFCFTA. At least 60% of your raw material is sourced from the African continent. Under AFCFTA, you are good to go. Under AFCFTA, you are good to go. 60%. And that's what makes you. What can we do to make sure that this arrangement is not hijacked by Asians? They will come in, no doubt, but they will come and produce in Africa to be able to enjoy it. So when you say hijack, it's we that if we decide to do what we're supposed to do, they will come in. We can't stop them from coming in because they will bring in investment and we are the one asking for FDI. They're going to bring in FDI to come and set up in Africa. We can't stop that. They will come in. We now must decide that we also want to do it. Because then we need to bring in money to come and do it. We also have the market for ourselves. But the beauty is that a number of these products, if you have your raw material here, then you're fine. But we can't stop them from coming. What we can stop them from doing is to bring in their product from producing their country. That will be stopped because there will be monitoring mechanism for AFCFTA to ensure everybody comply. There will be monitoring mechanism to ensure everybody comply. But what we will not be able to stop is for them to come in with money when Africa is asking for, what's the name? Africa is always asking for FDI. So we won't stop them. We will open our arm to receive them. We will open our arm to receive them. So we will definitely not stop them. We will not stop them because we open our arm to receive them. Let me see if you have other questions. We are closing now. We'll continue from here next week. Let me take other questions before we close today. Any other question you have for me? Now, from what we've discussed today, we've discussed different products today. From what we discussed today, one thing should become very obvious to you. From what we discussed today, one thing should become very obvious to you. The fact that you don't need to be the manufacturer of the product you want to export. Number one, you don't need to be the manufacturer of the product you want to export. Number one. And the fact that someone is already producing that product is a good news for you. The fact that someone is producing is a good news for you. Don't see whoever is producing that product in Nigeria as a competitor. See them as a partner in progress. We need a lot of collaboration to be able to grow under AFCFTA. We need a lot of collaboration. We need a lot of collaboration. And one of the things we are doing at 3 Impacts is through our executive diploma in export business management, we don't just train for people to acquire skill to manage their export business. We also work with them to be able to ensure that they realize their export dreams. So if you don't have a product, we can help you with product and link you up sometimes with people who are producing some of those products, and then you can begin to consider the exportation of those products. You can begin to consider the exportation of those products. We'll be starting a new batch of the Diploma in Export Business Management in the month of October. So you want to join us in the month of October to be able to be part of the new batch of the Diploma in Export Business Management that we will be starting. And if you have friends that want to join the Diploma program, you have a 10% discount on referral. 10% discount on referral. So I'll wait for your question while I play this video.
And so as manufacturers, producers and importers, there are solutions to your foreign exchange challenges.
Awesome. Hello, I'm Sandra, Comfort Zone Manufacturing.
Mr. Frank, Amigo Manufacturing.
Fantastic presentation, by the way.
Thank you.
You sounded so confident in your presentation. How are you coping with the current economic recession in the country? You know, as manufacturers we are largely dependent on local market. Many of our finished goods are piled up in the warehouse. Because demands from buyers have reduced, what do you think is the way out?
You are right actually, I'm also experiencing the same situation. The current decline is making it difficult to sell locally. But I'm already preparing to take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA.
AFCFTA?
Are you not aware of the fact that the whole of Africa have come together to sign an agreement to trade together duty-free? And that means, after manufacturing my products I can ship it to 53 African countries without payment of duty.
Awesome.
Which is an extra market for me. This program is starting next year and I'm already preparing to take advantage of it.
Wow, thank you so much. How are you going about it? And how can I also prepare for it?
Well, I'm currently training myself and other staffs to take advantage of this. And I've found an executive diploma program in export business from the American Institute of Extended Studies to enable me to achieve this.
This is great. Thanks so much for the information. How can I also enroll for this program?
To register for an executive diploma in export business management and take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement.
Simply call 0809-124-4449 or send an email to tradacademy@3chimpics.com.
Yeah, someone is asking a question. It says, let's say a business in Nigeria, Elwin, Nigeria, is exporting KPL to Mozambique, exporting to KPL, Mozambique, but Elwin does not have legally registered business in Mozambique. Yes, you can enjoy duty-free access. What will make Mozambique to allow your product into Mozambique duty-free is because your product is registered under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, and you have a certificate of origin that shows that this product has met the rule of origin. It shows that this product has met the rule of origin, and because your product has met the rule of origin criteria in Nigeria, and you have a certificate issued by the maybe Office of African Union in Nigeria, or Federal Ministry of Finance, or in the case of ETLS, it's done through ECOWAS, but in this one, it will be done through the AFCFTA Secretariat in Ghana. With that, because immediately you have registered, AFCFTA Secretariat in Ghana will transmit all the registered company and their product to all the African countries that are part of AFCFTA. So when your product gets to the border of Mozambique, your name and your product is already on their list. So they allow you in duty-free. They allow you in duty-free. I don't know if I've answered that Erwin question. Owolabi says, when exporting to other African countries, how do we get our target market there without having to be there? Owolabi, we will be discussing market access in Africa after this series. This series, where we should be done, let me check where we are, just a minute. We are currently, we have about 274 slides, and we are currently about 118, so we are not halfway through yet. So we should be done with this in another, before the end of November, between October and November. By November, we should be done actually with this. So by November, December, we'll be going to discuss market access. I'm sure by then, I'll be able to help you answer this question. That's talking to Owolabi. And Owolabi, you can also join the Diploma in Export Business Management to be able to learn it if you won't be able to wait till that time. All right. I'll be waiting for your question, please.
Welcome, sir. This is the second time I'm coming to see you. I need to know how to go about this export business. Please do relax, sir. With all due respect, I need to see a manager. You guys need to be able to give me enough information about this export business. I'm sorry, sir. The bank is a financial institution. We offer financial advice to the best of our knowledge. This is just waste of time. My manager might be able to give you some recommendations. Please do hold on. Hello, sir. Please do come with me to my office. So I was told you needed information on export business. Well, sir, a lot of opportunities have passed by me in the past few months. I have received so many orders for my product and services abroad, I just don't know how to go about it. Well, it's a good thing you came here today. One of Nigerian's foremost trade consulting firm 3T Impex now provides export support services for both intending and existing exporters. Really? Support services like, well, name it. Export market advisory, export product advisory, export skill acquisition e-learning, export pricing advisory, export contract advisory, export paperwork advisory, export finance advisory, to mention just a few. Wow, this is like a dream come true. How do I contact them to know more? Simply call 0809124449 or send a mail to tradacademy@3timpex.com. Export service designed just for you. Subscribe to 3T Export Support Services now.
All right. I have two more questions. Someone said, how much for the diploma in export business management, and how can one be part of it? Yes, installment payment is allowed. It's actually the program is in conjunction with the American Institute of Extended Studies. It's $1,050. You can pay in Naira, and we'll buy the dollar from the market and pay the school. You can pay 3 times. It involves 3 modules. Each module lasts for 2 months. And there is a test at the end of every module. So that enables you to read also. So you can pay in installment. 3 installment is allowed, actually. Okay, do I have to register my company before my company can benefit from AFCFTA? Yes, your company you can only benefit from AFCFTA as a registered business. Gloria says, is diploma clause? The diploma clause is deployed, like currently we have people on this platform in Canada, in Jos, in Port Harcourt, in Abuja, who are all part of that class. So the class is done online every Saturday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. every Saturday. It's done via Zoom. So we have a live class, but it's a virtual class, but it's live, done via Zoom every Saturday by 8 to 10 a.m. every Saturday. So Gloria, I hope I've answered your question. Then someone else is saying, I need to do product testing and analysis. Elwin, I don't know, which product are you testing? You can chat me on that. You have my number. You can chat me on that. Which product is that? Ezenwa said, talking about diploma course, I live in Port Harcourt. We have 2 clients in Port Harcourt, if I'm not mistaken. I think we have 2 people in Port Harcourt. How do I partake? So you live in Port Harcourt, you can connect. Like I said, it's done via Zoom, 8 to 10 a.m. every Saturday morning. You can join us on Zoom. So normally, immediately you pay, you have access to a platform where you get the details. And then there's a mobile app also for if you miss any class, the classes are recorded, video and audio, and there's a mobile app where you can go and have access to that every week, actually. So there's a mobile app for the recorded version, and you can join the live class online from your room, right there in Port Harcourt. And like I said, we have a client currently, I think 1 or 2 clients in Port Harcourt currently. We have in Uyo, we have in Kaduna, we have in Jos, we have a number of them in Abuja, I think about 3 or 4 in Abuja. We have in Ogun State, and of course, a lot of people in Lagos. We have one in Russia, and one also from Canada. All right, any other question before? Good evening. I need a number I can call for further inquiry. Robert, I'm dropping a number for you right now. You can chat this number, Robert, or call this number. Robert David. There's a number I've just dropped for you, so you can chat that number. All right. If you still have a question, please feel free to drop it. And after this video, I will answer your question.
Hey Paul, What a surprise to see you. In the port? Of all places?
Life is full of surprises, I guess.
You and this your sense of humor. I came to relax at the riverbank before I sighted you. So, what on earth brings you to the port?
Actually, I came to oversee the export of my products.
You must be joking, right?
No, I'm not.
When did you start producing? Not to talk of exporting?
I actually started some few months ago. I now produce and export processed food items. And basically I am here to oversee the shipment myself.
Wow. It's been barely 15 months since I last saw you. Won't you tell me how all this happened?
Of course I will. Let's go grab a sit.
So how did you become an exporter in such a short time?
Well, the last time we met I told you of my plans on exiting paid employment. So I was looking out for a business to go into. A few weeks later, I came across a training program organized by 3T Impex Trade Academy, one of Nigerian's foremost trade consulting companies.
Really?
Yes, the training is tagged From Export Novice to Export Legend.
Sounds great. Tell me more.
After 6 months I completed the Diploma in Export Business Management. And in another 6 months, I successfully produced and packaged, even without having a manufacturing company.
Amazing.
I know, right? And all this is aside the free export advisory services, free export license, free books and audio materials, to mention just a few.
Wow, thank the heavens I came down to the port today. I am definitely considering this. How can one get started?
Simply call 0809-124-4449 or visit www.globaltradecollege.com. You can also send an email to tradacademy@3timpex.com. Be a pal, own your own export business, and become an export legend today.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next week and have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.